My name is Matthias Seidel. I run DRJ Art Project, which refers to Dr. Julius Leber, the name our street is named after in Berlin. So we're from Berlin, from Schöneberg, not far away from this Tempelhof Airport area. And Julius Leber, he was a resistance fighter against the Nazis. So when we opened our space, we wanted to refer to this history. This is I think the 7th or the 6th time we are in this art fair. In fact, we are one of the founding galleries in a way, because the predecessor, the preview art fair, once changed its name and then came Positions Art Fair. The preview was here in this Tempelhof area before. Then they had a little tour around Berlin, and now for the 2nd time in a row they are back in the Tempelhof Airport, and so are we. Well, of course, this is a very special venue, not only in terms of history and that wherever you go you find traces of the several uses of this space, like the first use in the time it was built in the Nazi area, but also later on when the Allies had here the military use. But most of all, in terms of exhibiting art, the big space and the big volume is amazing, as well as the daylight that you have here. So even though there is lighting on the works, you still have a very natural feeling about it. And then the architecture around is not like disturbing in any way, because it is transporting the very special Berlin atmosphere that we had for so many years after the wall came down. You know, there were all these pop-ups in former factory halls, electricity power plants, and so on. And this is one of the remainders of this era. And so I think it is a very good venue to show art. And it will continue like this, I hope. I would say this is also a very good art or tradition that comes from the Berlin time, before it had this change into kind of a more normal metropolitan city, because the people here are very close to you as an exhibitor. You can talk directly to anyone. They share the same spirit of, hey, we are working on a community effort here to get something done. And we are in the tradition of, let's say, the more rough and spontaneous way of exhibiting art. And this is something that I very much appreciate about the team here and the fair directors, who are very, let's say, grassroots in what they do. Even though, of course, the fair has become more and more professional over the years, and the connection to the Berlin Art Week and being part of this important week in Berlin also, of course, raised the content and the quality from year to year. I think the quality has really gotten better and better from each edition to the other. But you can still feel the spirit of the Berlin, let's say, community that we had even before the wall came down, but also in the years then, the 2000 years, where there was so much change in the city.